purpose of this screencast is to show you how to use the bulk creator tool in Wiki spaces. And the purpose of the bulk creator tool is to allow you to enter an entire class roster into your Wiki and provide membership access to your Wiki without having to enter student information individually. Now we're on the actual home page of the Wiki that we're going to be using throughout this tutorial, and I'm going to select the members option from the top of the screen, and from the member screen I'm going to select invite people, and then from this screen there are a couple options that we're going to look at. The first field allows you to enter individual usernames and email addresses if you wanted to send out invitations individually like that. But if you have a large class, that would take time and it's not really practical. So again, that's why we're using the bulk creator tool to save us some time. Now as we get started in the bulk creator tool, the first thing that we want to do is make sure that we have the correct wiki selected. If you're managing multiple wikis, 3, 4, 5 wikis, you would have all the wikis listed here, and you just want to highlight and make sure you have the correct wiki that you want to import all your student information for. And in this case we do. The next thing that I want to do is select from the drop down menu. This is going to ask us or provide us an opportunity to enter our student information by uploading an Excel spreadsheet, and I've already created one that contains, I believe, 10 student records. So once we select this, it's going to ask us to choose a file, and this is the sample list that I created in Excel, and we're going to open it, and once we do that we're going to select continue. And then step 2 of the user creator option gives you general information about the contents of your spreadsheet. Again, it tells us that we had 10 rows in our Excel spreadsheet, and then it provides the information that are in the individual columns. In column 1 you can see that we have our user IDs, and column 2 contains actual email addresses. And the first drop down menu that we want to negotiate is asking us if we want to ignore the first row in our Excel spreadsheet. And the only time that you would want to ignore the first row is if you use column headers in your spreadsheet. Well, in mine I didn't, so I'm not going to ignore the first row because my first row actually contains student information. The next drop down menu is asking us which column contains usernames, and that would be column 1. The next drop down window asks us which column contains email addresses, and that is column 2. The last drop down window asks us which column our passwords are in, but I'm going to let Wiki create passwords for me, so I'm going to choose this option. Now you can create your own passwords if you choose to, but I just don't want to take that time, and I think there'll be a little bit more consistency and privacy if I let Wikis do that for me. So now that I'm through with all my drop down menus, I'm going to select continue, and the verification phase of the process shows me all the members that have been imported into my wiki, or that are going to be imported into my wiki, and there are no errors or anything like that. So I'm going to create users, and then once I do that, the final window gives me confirmation that I've successfully created everything. It provides all my usernames, all the valid email addresses for each student, and the passwords that were generated by Wiki for each student. So now I'm going to return to the home page of the Wiki, and the next exercise that we're going to have is I'll show you how to assign each student or students to various groups for different projects and assignments.